Hey everybody, my name is Jen and I am here to talk to you guys a little bit about social media. I actually asked Lindsay if I could do a training because believe it or not, that's actually a bucket list item. I have the scariest slide, I'm so sorry. It's actually a bucket list item for me to do a training. If you are thinking, wow, you have a really sad bucket list, you would in fact be right. So just a couple quick things about me for those of you who don't know me. Obviously, I'm Jen. What my background is I actually have a degree in communications. And for years after I got out of college, I kind of ended up in sales, property management, and computer software training was what I did for years. And then I got pregnant. And became a single mom at 32. I'm going to be 34 this year. And I am the sole provider, sole support for my household. I'm a truly single mom. So after I had my child, I moved back home from out of state just to get some help from family for the first year. And my plan was to stay home with my daughter for the first year, move back in with my parents, which I thought I would never do. Sorry, the cat's a little crazy. I moved back in with my parents and I was running through savings, and I really wanted to get a little bit of money kind of coming in. I was going to stay home for the first year and then go back to work and put my daughter in daycare. And then I found LuLaRoe. So I started doing LuLaRoe. I started doing LuLaRoe almost 2 years ago now. And I have been successful with it. I sell consistently at least 12K per month. And I'm a trainer in the company, so I have 10 people in my downline. So I kind of have, that's kind of my background. I don't mean to sound like I'm tooting my horn because I'm not. But I do know how to, I've learned how to work the social media avenues via my experience there and doing sales in other capacities. So I'm going to tell you guys kind of what I know, whether it's right or wrong. I'm sure some of you know a lot more than me and you'll say that's not right. But I'm just going to tell you guys kind of what works for me in terms of social media. And you're going to see me look down because I actually have notes. So with your social media, make sure that you are posting at least 3 times a day. For those of you who are not used to posting on social media regularly, I tell people follow the dinner schedule, follow your feeding schedule, okay? Morning, breakfast, lunch, dinner, morning, noon, and night. Start off that way until you get in a rhythm and you're used to like, oh, I have to do my 3 posts a day. And for those of you who are not home to, let's say, do an afternoon post, or you might get caught up at work, if I have things going on, I actually schedule a post through Facebook, and I'll show you guys how to do that in a screen share in a little bit. But you can actually schedule your posts through Facebook. Right before you go to, when you type something, before you hit the blue post button, right to the left is this kind of weird looking thing that's supposed to be a clock. It's kind of a primitive clock. If you click that, you can pick the date and the time to schedule that post, then hit post, and right at the top you'll see scheduled posts, so it'll do it automatically. I don't use programs. Some people do, and that's fine, like SynShare or Hootsuite. Those are also scheduling programs, and they help you manage your groups. I don't use them because when they post, people can see that you have posted from a SynShare, so they'll know that you're not actually posting live, that you're not actually there with them. With the Facebook scheduling post, it posts just like a regular post, so people won't know like, hey, Jen ditched out on us, like she scheduled it. I see it says SynShare. They'll think I'm actually right there with them real time. And that's just how I choose to do it. However you guys schedule your posts, that's totally up to you. When I'm doing my 3 posts, I try to keep in mind the 3 Ps, which is personality, purposefulness, and promotion. So personality is post something that shows off kind of who you are. Like, don't my nails look super cute? Like, I didn't do my hair and makeup today, but my nails are on point, like just something goofy. Or I have a child. I do posts that involve my daughter because she's very much a part of who I am. Just something that shows off who you are as kind of a genuine person. You don't want your posts to all be product all the time, because then it comes across like you're trying to just get people to buy. But really, social selling is about building relationships with people and getting to know people, and kind of through building those relationships, you will build your sales kind of as you go. Other thing is purposefulness. That's one of the other P's. So, you know, I had 10 minutes before I ran out of the house today. Thank God it only took me 5 to put these on. My nails look great. You're showing a purpose for the product. And then the third P is promotion. Like, hey guys, like heads up, if you want to come hang out with me, I'm going to be at such and such like vendor event this weekend. Like, come check it out. There's going to be lots of cool stuff for you guys to shop. Okay, so those are the 3 Ps. I tell my girls to make sure to have not only a Facebook VIP page, but to also have a Facebook business page. I also encourage an Instagram, and to make sure you're also talking on your personal page. Basically, to utilize all forms of social media that are pretty kind of dominant out there as far as social media is concerned. I know I just hit you with some stuff that seems super overwhelming. Like all of a sudden I just said, you need 5 social media accounts. Let me make it easy for you. If you sign up for an Instagram, you can make it a business account. I have a business Instagram and a personal Instagram, which I never post to. I only post to my business Instagram maybe once or twice a day, varying times. And what you can do is you can actually connect your Facebook business page to that Instagram. And when you go to post to your Instagram, there's a little slide button, and you can literally just hit it, and the post that you're posting to your Instagram is going to automatically post over to your Facebook business page. 2 birds, 1 stone. I also have a Twitter. I'll be honest with you, I see no purpose in Twitter. I think Twitter is stupid, and I don't know how to use it, but I have one. And the only reason I have one is because that is also integrated with Instagram, because Mark Zuckerberg not only owns Facebook, but he now owns the world. He owns Instagram as well, and I believe Twitter. So when you click that slide button to post over to your Facebook business page from Instagram, you can also click Twitter. So basically, you just shot out to 3 avenues of social media with 1 post. So that's how I do it. And the way I figure it is, even though I never use Twitter, it's still exposure. I mean, I set up the initial setup, but I couldn't tell you what my username and password is, to be honest with you, but I have it. The more you get yourself out there and get your name out there, the better, as far as I'm concerned. With your Facebook, make sure you are going live. I know live seems super scary to most people. It's really nothing to be afraid of. I always kind of look at it. I was really nervous the first time I went live. It was like, I started LuLaRoe right before Facebook Live had really rolled out to everyone. It was still in kind of the initial rollout, I think, at the time. So I remember the first time I went live, I was like nervous. I did my hair and my makeup. And I mean, I went on there like I was going to the prom. And what I realized about it is it wasn't authentic. I tried to be so super proper, and it just didn't feel right to me. So when you go live, just be you, be authentic. Don't be nervous. Do whatever you're comfortable with. You can go live to do sales. You can just go live to say, hey. You can go live to show an application of your nails, show people you doing your nails. And it doesn't have to be like, now I'm going to put them on. Talk about other things. If you don't know what to talk about, put a little Post-it note in front of your computer with some random stuff that's happened in your day. So if you feel nervous or you blank out, just look up and bam, there it is. The good thing about going live is when you go live, it is going to trigger your group's notifications. So people are going to get, even if you only have one viewer, or you have no viewers, when people log into their Facebook next, they will see that little red thing pop up and it'll show a notification that you were live, and they'll click into it, and it's more views for you, more exposure for you. And people can still comment after the fact. When I go live from my Facebook business page. There's a reason for that. I can go live on my Facebook business page. You would have to have 2 devices or somebody else who can hop on for you. But when you go live on your business page, it is a public forum. When it's public, people can share it out. And that's what you want. You want people to share your content, because that's another way to get your name out there. So when you go live on your Facebook business page, at the top, if somebody else logs in or you log, I do it on my computer and then I have my phone up, or I'll do it on a tablet and have my phone up, and then I'll just click on my business page and I'll see myself live. I'll see that video, and you'll see the 3 dots in the top right of that screen. If you click it, share is an option. I will take that live and I will share it to my VIP group, because you can share to a group, and I will also share it to my personal Facebook page, because the more eyes, the better. If somebody hops on and starts watching, I will ask them like, hey, homegirl, would you mind just sharing this video? And most people share it, no problem. Sometimes if I want people to share, I will incentivize it. When you go live, it'll ask you for a description. So I'll put like leggings flash sale, like and share this video for a chance to win a free pair of leggings or whatever. So if you want to do something like that, you can try incentivizing too. It's not always necessary, but you can also try incentivizing. But do go live. And the more you go live, the more natural it's going to feel for you to just go live and to just talk. It is weird at first, so I get it. And there is a lag. So you'll be talking and you'll ask a question and you'll feel like saying, Bueller, Bueller, is anybody out there? It takes about, everybody else can see the comments streaming in, but you can't. It's about a minute lag before the person's comment actually pops up for you to read. So just be aware of that, okay? We already talked about Instagram. When you use Instagram, the key to Instagram is hashtags. Make sure your Instagram for Color Street is a public Instagram. So that way people can just follow you. Anybody can click and see your content. That said, it's public, so just be mindful of what you're posting. In terms of hashtagging is what makes Instagram work. So I will type up like, hey, check out my nails, aren't they awesome? And then I'll hashtag and I'll just type in the beginning of a keyword I want to use, like nail. And it will pop up all the hashtags that have the word nail in it. And you will see to the right a number, and that's how many people have utilized that hashtag. Make sure you are using, and you can just click the hashtag you want to use from that populated list. Make sure you're using hashtags that are really widely used. You can create your own hashtag that has no post to it and make it unique to you. But keep in mind, nobody is going to randomly see that searching through. Okay, so use popular ones. I use nails on fleek, nails of Instagram. There's a nails hashtag that has that little nail with the paint emoji. Manicure, I always do something like mom, because I'm a mom boss, toddler mom, depending on what I'm talking about. Be Color Street, because that is the official Color Street Instagram. And I will just basically like hashtag the crap out of it. Okay. Do not use more. I would say don't use more than 10 or 15 hashtags. I try to only use 5 to 10 tops before I post it. And then I can actually go and make a comment on my own post and include more hashtags. Because if somebody reads something that's one line, like check out my nails, and then there's 50 hashtags, that to me is not visually appealing, and that's just my personal, whatever, preference. If you guys are looking to build your Instagram, I actually did some reading, and basically what I'm doing now is I will go through popular hashtags that pertain to me and the content that I post, and I will actually follow people. I will go in and on any given day follow 25 to 30 people. I will leave them in there for about a week or so in hopes that they follow me in return, and then I will go back and unfollow people. And that's a quick way to start really building your followers. And I've just started doing that this week, and it's helped me kind of not be stuck on the same number. Okay. Remember, when you're posting on your social media, whether it's your VIP group, your business page, or your personal page, you are now conducting a social selling business. And they say your vibe attracts your tribe. I actually kind of hate that expression, but your vibe really does attract your tribe. So do not post really negative, like want stuff on your personal social media. Don't post something like, I hate Susie Jane, she stole my boyfriend. Nothing like that, because that negativity is going to attract negativity. Certainly never speak negative of the product. If you guys need to vent about something related, go to your upline and vent to your upline. It is what we are here for, okay? So there's that. On Facebook, if you guys are looking in terms of doing vendor events, there are a world of groups out there, groups you didn't even know existed. So take an evening and to spend some time kind of searching through groups, because you will find vendor groups. I know in my area, there are 4 or 5 Facebook groups dedicated to vendor events in my area. I am in the tri-state area. So depending on kind of where you're looking to do your vendor events, I would say in the beginning, don't be picky. If you can afford to drive an hour or an hour and a half or whatever to go to a party, go do it. Because every vendor event, every person you come in contact with is a potential customer, a potential stylist, or knows somebody who would be one of those. So you kind of want to get out there as much as you possibly can. But there are Facebook groups for that, and they've been super, super helpful to really help me book up myself going into the holiday season, because it is vendor event season. So check that out. Utilize other resources that are available to you. One thing that I use is MailChimp. It's called MailChimp. It is a free, for what we would use it for, it's a free service. Okay, you can get it for free. And basically you're creating a mailing list. And you're sending those out. I do send out those mailing list emails. It's super easy to create a template on MailChimp. Again, the account is free, and I will send those out to customers, saying things like, Halloween is out, you know, hop on now and pick up your Halloween. I'm doing Halloween pre-orders. New fall stuff is out. Like, hey, I'm running this awesome whatever. I don't abuse it. I don't send one every day. I may not even send it once a week. It's when something important is going on, because it's a quick way to get your information out there. And they also keep statistics. So you can always go back and see how many people have clicked your page link that you put in that MailChimp. You can see your open rate, your subscribe rate, your subscribe rate, your unsubscribe rate, how long it's taking people to open your email. And I'm really big on statistics and numbers, so I really kind of monitor that stuff to adjust, and you can schedule when you send those emails to adjust the times that I send emails, those kind of mass emails, you know, change my layout. Kind of, it gives me insight as far as what I'm doing right and what I'm doing wrong, and maybe what I should consider changing. So that's available to you as well. Okay, so social media engagement. Again, we talked about 3 posts a day. Try to do them at different times. To start, do, like I said, the breakfast, lunch, and dinner, because if you're not used to posting every day, like that's probably the easiest way to, at least for me, the easiest way to remember. But try posting at different times. Don't always post at, you know, 9, noon, and 5. because not everybody sees that. I forget what the lifespan is of an average social media post, but it's like something insane, like a half an hour or 45 minutes or some like number I looked at. I was like, wow, that's really small. Where your post is still considered new and relevant. And then it drops further and further in people's news feeds. The posts that you see in your news feed when you log on are going to be the most recent posts, people you follow, and also posts that have a lot of engagement. So you're going to want to make sure your posts promote engagement. There's something that's open-ended. So again, don't always post, I'm sorry, I'm getting off track. Don't always post at 9, 12, and 5. Not everybody might be around then. You might find that people are super responsive to your 9 a.m. post, but your noon post, it's like crickets. Maybe people aren't hopping online. They're not seeing that post, whatever it is. So change your time. Instead of posting at 9 and noon, 9 and 2:30, and see how that changes things. So play around with it. Don't always stick to the same thing, okay? So Facebook has this mysterious thing that they don't really talk about, but a lot of people speculate on. It's called a Facebook algorithm, and that is a gauge of the engagement on your post, like we just talked about, your engagement, and that determines how prevalent or how high up you appear. Those posts appear in your followers' news feed or your group members' news feed. One of the things that Facebook looks at when you make a post is they are looking for original content, meaning it's not a picture you copied from Google that's been copied 97,000 times and placed in your post and uploaded. Facebook will view that as spammy, and you won't show up as prevalent in people's news feeds. So how do you doesn't mean you still can't copy from Google, but when you take that image or whatever from Google, you need to make it your own. You need to make it original content. Facebook will recognize the pull right from Google. I don't know if it's geotagged or whatever the case may be, but they can measure that. To get around that, what you can do is you can take that picture and run it through an Instagram filter, or you can use some super, super user-friendly apps that are free, apps that I use on a regular basis. PicMonkey, WordSwag, which is probably the easiest of all of them. Photofy, I do use Photoshop for some very basic stuff, and PicCollage. I use it to brand things. I will maybe just change a background color, or I'll put Color Street by Jen somewhere small in it, and then I will post it to my Facebook. I have just made a change to that stock image from Google, and Facebook will read that now as new content because it is unique to me. I made those changes. That new image is now geotagged or whatever to me. So make sure you are making anything you take original content. Make sure you're curating your own original content. Take pictures of your nails. Make sure that anything that you guys take the time to put together as original content, that you are putting your name on it somewhere. You want to brand it. I will take pictures of my nails, and I will, put something pretty that says, what I'm wearing. And then I will make a real small thing with my website, and I will put it up high right by that nail because I don't want somebody to crop it out. If somebody's going to steal my image and put it up there that I just took, I don't care if I took 2 minutes or 20 minutes. I took the time to put that together. I'm going to get free promotion off of that because you can't edit that out. So make sure you're branding your content, okay? In terms of, we talked about original content, posts with emojis in them. I know you guys have seen them. Like, do you like, what kind of vacation do you want to go on? And it has 4 different pictures, and then there's a little like emoji of whatever popular emojis. Drop the emoji in the comments of the one you like the best. There's a reason people do that. 1, it's easy for people to just drop an emoji in, and 2, emoji posts rank higher in news feeds for some reason. Also, the reason that you'll see a lot of people when they type something out, they will put emojis in their actual post. Because again, those emojis rate higher for some reason. So try and use some emojis in your posts. Biggest thing is if somebody is taking the time to respond to your post, take the time to respond back to them and acknowledge their comment. Why? Always respond to comments, because that is helping you build those relationships with people. And you're building loyalty. You're building loyal customers. So if somebody takes it like, hey, I tried that, that's awesome. You know, don't just not be like whatever. You know what I mean? Make sure you respond. And with responses, make sure when you're posting on Facebook that it's not just a, you know, one and done post. Make sure it's open-ended for people to respond to it. Don't just be like, hey, check out my nails. Like, hey, check out my nails. They look awesome. Show me your awesome manicures today. Don't have your color street on, that's fine. Hop on over to my page and show me some styles that you would like to have in the future. It's now open-ended. And the more comments you get on your posts, the more that engagement level goes up, the more prevalent you are in people's news feeds, and then you're responding back to them. So that's showing even more engagement on the post, and it's ranking even higher in people's news feeds now. Does that all make sense? I feel like I'm kind of all over the place. Hopefully that all makes sense. Try to do giveaways. Color Street is so super generous with us with their jump starts and things like that. You definitely want to aim to hit those because you get a ton of free product, and that free product is awesome. You can sell it. So basically, if you sell it, I mean, you got it for free. You're making 100% on that basically. But aside from selling it, use some of it for giveaways. Giveaways are attractive to people, and it will up your, and a giveaway post always does better far and away, usually than just the general posts, depending on what they are. So, you know, give something away, be generous. I'm a firm believer that when it comes to social selling, the more you give, the more you get in return. And that goes for you as well. The more I think you share of yourself and the more open you are, the more relationships you build and the more you get back tenfold. And I think if I've learned anything, it's really been that. In the very beginning of, 2 years ago when I started Lula, and, that's kind of my measurement for everything. I was like, this is so weird. Like, I'm talking to people I don't know. Do I really want to? And then it just kind of became normal. So, I mean, you start to know people and you start to kind of know about their lives and having those relationships built, for me has been a real help in me being successful now coming into Color Street and really building, because I'm leveraging those relationships over to this as well. Because they know me and they trust me and they know I'm not gonna, ask them to check out something that's like not good. Do you know what I mean? So there's that. And then there are a couple of things I just want to show you guys. So one thing that will bring your algorithm down for your group is what I call dead weight. And why do I call it dead weight? It is people who are not active in your group. This is why you'll hear people encourage you not to do add a friend giveaways. Why? Because people get added in that don't really want to be there, and then they never step foot in your page. And when you have a bunch of people in your group that have never stepped foot on your page, they're basically dragging your algorithm down because it's showing that you have less active members. What do I mean by that? Let me go to the easiest place to show you because I have the most people. I just showed people how to do it for, here, I'll click on my Color Street group and see. Okay, so this is my Color Street group. The percentage of members who are active, meaning have actually joined in your group and are participating, is measured out against your total group number. So you'll see here 479, okay? You want to have the highest number of active, engaged members that you possibly can, because that will make your group a lot more visible, okay, supposedly, in terms of the algorithm. So how do you know if people have been added that have never stepped foot in your page? Well, when you log into your group, if you go over to members, I think I left some people in to do this. So you'll see people that have actually stepped foot in your group are actually here, and it says joined. That means that they either added them, they either asked to be added, you added them, they came and hung out in your group. If they have been added by somebody else and never stepped foot in your group, it will look like, I'm looking for one, I'm sorry. It will look like this. So you see up here where it says that this person joined. So this person has actually clicked into my page, they have looked around, they have done something. Her makeup looks really pretty in this picture. But then if you look down below it, you'll see that it just says, I added this person, whether they asked to be added and then never did anything with it, whatever. But they didn't actually join the group. So I'm going to remove them. Yes, it's okay to remove people. And I do this periodically. I do it with my Lulu group too. I will do this probably every 3 months. I basically go and just kind of clean things up. You can also utilize a couple cool tools to see what's going on with your activity. So the easiest one to use is to the left here. It says Group Insights. And you'll see, like, I'm down 91%. I joined at the end of July, and that's going to be normal. Most of you are going to look right now because it's a new company, and you're going to see that this number here where it says new members down 91%, you're going to see super high numbers that you're down for the most part. Why? Because all at once, you joined, you know, Color Street. You talked it up to your friends, and everybody wanted to be added in. And it was all in a quick blip. Now it's slowed because you've been in it a while. So you're going to have people start to trickle in, but it's not going to be as, you know, crazy. In the next month or two, this will balance out. It just takes into account those last 30 days. Okay. But if you click into details, you can see more. It'll show you how many posts, comments, and reactions you've had over the last month. What you really want to look at, I think, which is more important than new members, is what your interaction and reactions have been, okay? And you want to see how that is. You want to keep continually going up with that number. So you can see in the last 21 days, I've had 1,500 posts, comments, and reactions to things, and that's up from where it was. And that will tell you who your top members are, okay? You can go down here. It'll tell you, you know, statistics kind of as you go along where you've up and dropped and up. Okay, so that's that. But if you want to look at something a little more detailed, which I tend to do, because again, I'm a stats girl, there's a website called Sociograph.io. So when you log in, it's not going to look like this, or when you go on the first time. It's going to be blank, and it'll have you sign up. And basically what's going to happen is it's going to link all your Facebook groups once you sign up, your Facebook groups and pages, to this site, okay? Anything that you manage, all right? So where is that's my Color Street page. Sorry, I have a lot of stuff here. Okay, so this is my group. So I can actually click on this, and you can scan it from the beginning. It'll scan either from the beginning of time, or, you know, these dates you specify up here. And here it will show, you know, really kind of detailed, like, you know, on August 11th, I had 34 comments, you know, 36 reactions, and there were 12 posts on that day from whomever, so on and so forth. So you can really kind of see detailed information. It will actually show you your most recent posts broken down one by one, and this is all free. One by one, it'll show these broken down, you know, posts. So this is, you know, the most recent post. Somebody else posted this. It rates an 18. It had 6 reactions and 2 comments. I posted this. It has a 48. Obviously, the higher the number, the, you know, greater whatever. But it will give you stats for each individual post. So you can actually take a look and see what posts really fare well for you. You can actually go and see what the actual post was, and you can see what your group members are really interested in, okay? The posts that usually get the most reactions for me are when it's something personal or it's actually my own, you know, photos of my nails with some little ditty around it. I mean, this is has a 22 rating. It's literally a picture of my breakfast. It was an apple cider and a cannoli the other day, but you know, I had 5 reactions to it and 4 people commented on it. Like that's what you want, is those reactions and those comments. Here, 31, I had 11 reactions and 3 comments. 61, 11 reactions and 13 comments. And this was an Ask Me Anything. I said, you know, ask me something that you would want to know about me or Color Street or my child, just to kind of build those relationships. And I believe it was a giveaway too. So, but anyway, Sociograph.io is something that I use very, very frequently to kind of keep up with things. And just try and make it interesting. I do different things, prize wheels, because I have a prize wheel. I do mystery grab bags, anything that's fun. I just try to sell every day and kind of utilize the tools that are available to me. And I think that's all I wanted to talk about. If you guys watch this whole thing and just let me live out my bucket list dream, y'all are awesome. If you guys have any questions about any of the stuff I just, you know, rambled on about, I am more than willing to help. But more than anything with social selling and your Facebook page and, you know, kind of growing things, always be yourself, always be authentic, be genuine. People can sniff it out a mile away if it's fake, and that won't help you. So always be a component of yourself. Again, always don't post negative stuff, but, you know, be yourself, be who you are, and just own it. Don't be nervous about who you are. You're awesome, and you have people following you because they think you're awesome. If you guys are struggling to, one last thing I just thought of, if you guys are struggling to, you know, get more members in your group, or whatever the case may be, obviously you're posting information about Color Street in your personal Facebook page too, or you should be. What I do is I actually every day go into like suggested friends on Facebook, and I try to add at least 5 new friends to my Facebook. Once you add those 5 people, do not just add them to your VIP group. Just let them hang out there and chill. They're now your Facebook friend, and they now see what you're posting on your personal Facebook page. And if some of what you're posting is about Color Street, they're going to get curious, they're going to ask, and you're going to get more VIPs. So that's something I do regularly too. So yeah, there's that. All right, guys. Thank you for bearing with me. I hope you guys have a fabulous evening. Bye.